Did you see A'ja Wilson's face when she heard about Caitlin Clark's Europe deal? It was like someone told her the WNBA was shutting down. Wilson's reaction was pure shock. But you know what's even crazier? The numbers behind Clark's impact on the league. We're talking about a rookie who pulled in 1.8 million viewers on an NFL Sunday. That's double what Wilson's game got. And now that Clark's gone, WNBA viewership has dropped by almost 50%. It's like Clark took all the fans with her when she left. What's really going on here? Let's talk about Caitlin Clark's rookie season. This girl isn't just good, she's rewriting the WNBA record books. From the moment she stepped on the court, it was clear we were witnessing something special. In her debut game, Clark was dropping dimes like she'd been playing pro ball for years.
She's the first rookie to win WNBA Player of the Month since the award's inception in 2010, and last night it was no exception. They were sky high for Caitlin Clark and the Fever, but to start the season, they had a little bit of a rough go of it. They lost their first 5 games. They ended up 1-8 through their first 9 games, and during that first month, the playoffs, they didn't feel realistic at all. Indy entered the Olympic break 11-15 on the year, and then they really turned it around. They've won 7 of their 8 since. They clinched a playoff berth for the first time since 2016, which, by the way, was the last year of Hall of Famer and franchise icon Tamika Catchings.
Her court vision was off the charts, finding teammates in spots they didn't even know they were open. But here's where it gets wild. Some veterans were watching this rookie tear it up, and you could see the worry on their faces. Clark wasn't just holding her own, she was making the pros look like they were playing in slow motion. Imagine being so good that you make seasoned players question their skills. That's the kind of impact Clark had from day one. Clark's not just scoring, though. She's making plays that have fans jumping out of their seats. One minute, she's threading the needle with a no-look pass. The next, she's pulling up from logo range and swishing it. It's like she's got eyes in the back of her head and a GPS for the hoop. You won't believe the numbers she's putting up. In her first 10 games, Clark averaged 22 points and 8 assists. That's not rookie numbers, that's MVP territory. It's like she's playing a video game on easy mode while everyone else is stuck on expert. She's breaking records left and right, leaving statisticians scrambling to keep up. Remember when Sabrina Ionescu set the rookie assist record? Well, Clark blew past that mark like it was nothing. She's not just beating records, she's obliterating them. We're talking about a rookie who's already in the conversation for best point guard in the league.
She has lived up to expectations, right? I'm looking at her the way I look at LeBron James, right? For us, just in the women's side of things, and the height that she had, the expectations she had.
Let's start with the rookie, Caitlin Clark Kent. Superwoman, you see what I did there? She was on a tear, and last night was no different. Wings, fever. Caitlin Clark set to go as she broke the single-season assist record.
She's been playing like a top 5 player in the league. She's been regularly dishing out double-digit assists in that time frame. Teams can no longer blitz her and trap her.
That's insane, but it's not just about the stats. Clark's got this swagger on the court that you can't teach. She's fearless, taking on defenders twice her size and coming out on top. And the fans, they're eating it up. Arenas are packed when Clark's in town, with people wanting to see what she'll do next. So how did Caitlin Clark shatter WNBA records in her rookie season? It's simple. She played with a combination of skill, confidence, and flair that we've rarely seen from a first-year player. She didn't just adapt to the pro game, she elevated it. Clark made everyone around her better, and in doing so, she raised the bar for what we expect from rookies. Clark's record-breaking season sent shockwaves through the WNBA, but beneath the surface of her triumph, a surprising undercurrent of tension was building. What happens when a rookie rewrites the rules of the game? Well, let me tell you, it's not all high fives and congratulations. Remember how I said some vets weren't happy? That's putting it mildly. We're talking about a full-blown storm in the WNBA, and Caitlin Clark is right at the center of it. Picture this. Clark's lighting up the scoreboard, breaking records left and right, and there's A'ja Wilson on the bench, looking like someone just told her the league's shutting down. The tension in the arena? You could cut it with a knife. It's like watching a pressure cooker about to blow its lid. Clark's out here trying to play ball, but some players are turning these games into WWE matches. I'm not kidding. You've got veterans treating the court like it's the octagon, and Clark's the main event. They're coming at her with elbows flying, shoulders checking, and don't even get me started on the trash talk. You know it's bad when even the fans are noticing. They're not blind. They're seeing Clark get roughed up play after play, and they're wondering, is this basketball or hockey? The crowd's getting restless, and can you blame them? They came to see a basketball game, not a street fight. And the refs? They're swallowing their whistles like they're going out of style. Clark's getting hammered out there, and these officials are acting like they left their glasses at home.
Came out a few weeks ago that said Caitlin Clark received 17% of the WNBA's flagrant fouls this season, and 80% of those flagrant fouls were committed by the Chicago Sky against Caitlin Clark League. And that's what a lot of players and coaches said about Caitlin Clark and about the rookie class coming into the league, is that that was going to be something that they would need to adjust to. They would need to adjust to the physicality of this league. So there have been cheap shots, there have been hard fouls, there have been other plays that haven't even been called flagrant fouls. But when you have the face of your league getting nearly 20% of all flagrant fouls called against her, that is an issue.
It's beyond ridiculous. You've got players like Kennedy Carter and Alyssa Thomas treating Clark like a punching bag, and the refs are just shrugging it off. But here's the million-dollar question. Why is A'ja Wilson so upset about Caitlin Clark's success? Is it just about the stats, the attention, or is there something deeper going on here? Some folks are saying it's about more than just basketball. They're throwing around words like race and privilege. And let me tell you, it's stirring up a hornet's nest of controversy. Clark's not just facing physical challenges on the court, she's dealing with a whole different game off it. You've got veterans who've been in the league for years, and suddenly this rookie comes in and starts stealing the spotlight. It's like Clark crashed their party, and now some of them are trying to show her the door. With the pressure mounting and the hits keep coming, Clark's about to make a move that'll leave everyone's jaws on the floor. You think the drama in the WNBA was intense? Wait till you hear where she's headed next. The question is, will this decision change the game forever? So, Clark's getting beat up on the court and disrespected off it. What's a superstar to do? Well, she's not just going to sit there and take it. Europe comes calling, and Clark's like, you know what? I'm out. Can you imagine the WNBA's face when they realize their golden goose is flying the coop? It's like they just woke up and found out their star player ghosted them. But here's the thing, Clark's not just leaving, she's about to make bank. We're talking serious euros. European teams are rolling out the red carpet for her. No drama, just basketball and a fat paycheck. It's like Clark hit the jackpot while the WNBA's left holding an empty bag. Meanwhile, back in the States, the league's scrambling. They didn't see this coming. It's like they thought Clark would just keep taking the hits and say, thank you, may I have another? But nope, she's got other plans. The WNBA's realizing too late that they might have just fumbled the ball big time. You gotta wonder, what's the real reason behind Clark's decision to play in Europe? Is it just about the money, the better treatment, or is she sending a message to the WNBA? It's like she's holding up a mirror to the league, showing them all their flaws in high definition. And get this, Europe's not just offering Clark a paycheck, they're offering her respect, something she's been fighting for since day one in the WNBA. Over there, she won't have to worry about getting body checked every time she drives to the hoop. It's all about the game, not the drama. But hold up, because Clark's exit, it's about to expose some hard truths about the WNBA. We're talking about a league that's supposed to be the pinnacle of women's basketball. But if they can't keep their brightest star happy, what does that say about how they treat their players? Turns out Clark wasn't just a player. She was the whole show. Now that she's taken her talents elsewhere, the WNBA's feeling the pain where it hurts most, the bottom line. We're talking a ratings nosedive that's got everyone from team owners to TV execs in panic mode. But here's the real kicker. Could this disaster actually be the wake-up call the league desperately needed? Let's break down the numbers, because they're not just bad, they're apocalyptic. We're looking at a 50% drop in viewership. That's not a dip, that's a free fall. Imagine half your fans just decided to ghost you overnight. That's what the WNBA's dealing with right now. Remember those packed arenas when Clark was playing? The energy, the buzz, the excitement? Well, now they're looking emptier than a veggie tray at a barbecue. You could hear a pin drop in there. It's like someone hit the mute button on the whole league. A'ja Wilson's out here trying to save face, but the numbers don't lie. She's posting on social media, doing interviews, trying to drum up some excitement. But it's like trying to sell ice to Eskimos. The fans aren't buying it. They want Clark, and without her, they're tuning out. The league's in full-blown panic mode. They're realizing too late what they had in Clark. It's like they had a golden ticket and used it as a coaster. Now they're scrambling, trying to figure out how to get the magic back. But you can't just replace a star like Clark overnight. You know it's bad when even the NFL's feeling sorry for you. We're talking about a league that usually doesn't even acknowledge the WNBA's existence. But now, they're looking at the WNBA's situation and wincing. It's like watching your big brother get dunked on by the school nerd. So, how did Clark manage to outshine A'ja Wilson in TV ratings? It's simple. She brought something fresh to the game. While Wilson's a great player, Clark was a phenomenon. She didn't just play basketball, she put on a show. Every game was an event, and people tuned in to see what she'd do next. So here's the deal. Caitlin Clark didn't just shake up the WNBA, she exposed its flaws like a spotlight on a dark stage. The league's been caught with its pants down, and now they've got some serious soul-searching to do. Will they learn from this mess and grow or keep tripping over their own feet? The ball's in the WNBA's court now. They can either step up their game or watch more stars fly off to Europe. It's like they're at a crossroads, and the choice they make could change women's basketball forever. One thing's for sure. Caitlin Clark's story is far from over. This girl's just getting started, and we're all along for the ride. So keep your eyes peeled because the next chapter, it's gonna be wild.